Right, anyway, I was going to be wild. I was going to show off the Alatreon stuff. So I was going to say, if you guys don't want to do Alatreon, that's fine. I can do Evening Star. That means Evening Star starts off in fire, which means we got to go with ice. So basically, Alatreon, you'll either need a ice build or a fire build, depending which form of Alatreon you start off in. If you're doing the story quest, the special assignment, it always starts off in fire form. So you really want to go into the fight with an ice weapon. If you're doing the event quests, no, T-Winks, if you want to join in, by all means, anyone's free to join. If you're going up against Alatreon in either the ice, if you're going up against Alatreon when it's in via event quests, if the quest is called the Evening Star, it means it starts off in fire form, so you need to take the monster on with ice weapons again, primarily. If it's Dawn of the Death Star, the event quest is called, then it starts off in ice form, in which case you need to use fire weapons. There is exceptions to this, of course. You can potentially do it with water or dragon, but for the most part, fire and ice is what you want to be going for. I will say as well, some other tips as well for this is to bring Astera Jerky to help you survive the one-shot ultimate attack it does. Been freeballing with water and dragon weapons. I mean, water and dragon are okay if you don't mind the prolonging the fight, if that makes sense. With water and dragon, you're able to deal not the highest damage, but enough damage to normally power it down once. Anyway, sorry. Right, Alatreon's, the whole shtick behind Alatreon is, imagine it like a charged battery, and attacking it with elemental weapons, namely the strongest counter to whatever element it starts off in. So if it starts off in fire, you use ice, and vice versa. And with each attack, it drains some of that charged power from it. With the elemental attacks you do. Eventually, it will get to the point where Alatreon will kind of like burst and fall over. This indicates that you've powered it down sort of like maybe one notch. And in doing so, you have to do it at least once before it performs its ultimate attack in order to survive it. Although, even when you've powered it down once, you still have to be careful and get ready with your healing items. Hang on, let's get into the hunt, and I'll try to explain on the way. Okay. So yeah, like I said, normally go for fire and ice. I would recommend. Obviously, during its second phase, when it's in dragon form, you'll have only. It'll be kind of resistant to your element, but it should be enough.
So non-elemental weapons won't be of much use, huh?
You should have enough oomph in your arsenal to bring it down. Right. Okay, let's do this. So, Alatreon. Damn it, I fucked it up already. And normally you can send him into the thing. Now, the thing with Alatreon is, as well, depending what weapon you are using, its elemental hit zones are different. Like, for the most part, its most susceptible body part that takes the most elemental damage, not necessarily the most damage, but the most elemental damage, are the legs. Gunners and sharp weapons go for the forelegs. Blunt weapons go for the rear legs. Going for the legs in the first phase, when you're not going for the horns, is kind of what you're optimally want to do until you've powered it down a few times and you're comfortable with there we go. So we powered it down once. That means we should survive the ultimate attack, but we will definitely need to use healing items. So, normally with this sort of tactic, you can power it down, I would say, on average, about 2 times, 3 times maybe, max. 4 times if you're freaking cracked. But, on average, it's about sort of like 2 to 3 times with this sort of tactic. I will say, obviously, your build will also play a factor in all of this. So having, you know, things like, I know you said you were using the Namiel set, which does help with elements. But there is a cap with the, so that's 2 times powered down. Which means that we can get away with probably using 1 healing item. The annoying thing is, you may think that this is ineffective because you see the white numbers that I'm producing on the legs, but don't worry about that. You are still doing enough elemental damage to power it down, and it's still by far the most effective way, at least with the bow, to bring down Alatreon. You might not get those white numbers with your melee weapons. Oops. Okay, I need to tenderize those legs again soon. Right, it should be going into phase 2 anytime soon. Here we go, we're going into phase 2. So now we have to switch it up. Don't go for the legs anymore. We need to go for the head. We have to break the horn at least once in order for it to stay in its fire form when we go back to phase 1, so we can get the most out of our elemental weapons. There we go. Horns are broke, so it will stay in fire form once we go back to phase 1. So if you want to, now the horns are broke, you can go back to doing the legs if you wanted to. If you want to power it down even more. Ow. Damn it. That's rude. Another tip, when it's airborne like this, you can knock it out the sky with flint shot or flash pod, but you can only do it when it's not enraged. At the moment, it's currently enraged, so yeah, you're not going to be able to knock it out of the sky yet. Oh, nice one, T-Winks. Got the mount off. Use this opportunity to rebuff and everything. What? Okay, didn't mean to do that, but... Go careful. Alatreon can still hit hard when it's in this one. Hey, Sue, how you doing? I will hydrate whilst T-Winks mounts the monster. We will. Let's tenderize those legs. Can we power it down a third time? It's going to approach its ultimate attack soon. After the ultimate attack, it will go back to phase 1 and go back to fire form. I should have said that whilst it's in phase 2, it's always in dragon form. Okay, that's 3 times it's been powered down. We should be able to, you could probably even survive this with a health booster item, continue to damage it whilst it's in its ultimate form now. I mean, at this point, if you wanted to, you could go for other body parts You could go for other body parts if you wanted to, if you needed to break them, like the wings and such. Uh-oh. Thanks for the save. Thank you for giving a shout out to Sue. Folks, if you don't know them already, this is Sue Kip. Wonderful VTuber friend of mine. Care a lot about them. Please go check them out for some goofy comic. But also, it's not just about comedy. They're also a very, very talented artist. Both in terms of singing and actual art as well. So go show them some love. I will say with Alatreon, if you're struggling in terms of taking damage. Oh, anyway, no, ultimate time. Now, during this hit, you will need to get some healing ready, whether it's a max potion, but Astera Jerky is best because basically just one Astera Jerky will take you all the way back up because it just heals red health. If you didn't power it down as much as we did as well, you can just eat multiple of them because they are quick to eat, they are quick to consume. All that good stuff. Hey, you got the tail, nice. But yeah, Astera Jerky is your friend during that ultimate attack. But anyway, now he's done the ultimate attack, he reverts back to phase 1, where he's in his fire form, so our ice weapons will be doing their maximum damage again. Oh yeah, you can yeah, the fishing game, I've added the Master Sword to the fishing game. Okay, it's powered down once, which means that, yeah, we'll still need to heal quite extensively, but it's survivable. It won't one-shot us. A point though, I should point out. Remember that some weapons are better with elements than others. But every weapon can do this. The bow, dual blades, like any of the fast hitting weapons will have an easier time with this than weapons that specialize in raw attacks. So we should... I mean, there are some cracked players who can get this done before... It's going into phase 2 now. Go careful. So we only... Now it's time to go for the horn again. Now there is a caveat to all of this. Because the horns can only be broken twice. If you don't finish the fight before then... it will revert to the opposite element after the second ultimate. But well done, everyone. But yeah, that is basically the Alatreon fight in a nutshell. It is a fun fight once you've learned its moves and patterns. It has similarities in regards to how you go about learning the Fatalis fight, in that it's a bit like a dance rather than a brawl. Every move is telegraphed, every move can be countered and judged. You just got to look for the signs, even though it does take a little while to actually learn all of that. Once you've got the elemental, once you've started to rely on elements, utilizing fire and ice, it becomes a lot easier. And for me, one of the biggest things that made this fight so much easier was going for the legs. Before, I would always go for the head, and took longer than... Shut up, idiot! It was fine. It was fine. But yeah, anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that helps anyone who's wanting to take on Alatreon.